Hi everyone, my name is Diane and this is my Pink Bathtub Knits. Welcome. I am on my final order for my final market, which is going to be happening this Saturday, but I am pre-recording. So at the end of this episode, I will share with you how I did on my last craft market. I'm also going to share with you the market I just did this past weekend and how that went. Since this is the episode prior to my yarnvent starting, now yarnvent is essentially my version of vlogmas. I didn't want to call it vlogmas because I wanted to take the pressure off myself. So it's essentially the same thing. Every day in December leading up to Christmas Day, I will be opening my yarn purchases from various vendors. I have one more to come and it hasn't shipped yet, but perhaps I'll get it before I air this final episode and I'll put it in on the end of this video with my last craft sale update. I would also like to share with you some other YouTubers that are going to be doing Advent on their channels this season. Now, they may all be a little bit different. I don't know if they're going to be doing them daily or if they're going to be doing them weekly. But I do want to share these ones with you for you to go check them out. Some of them are the same as mine. Some of them are different. And if you so desire, please subscribe to their channel if you have not already. These are all people that I follow on the regular. I'm going to link all of their channels below. And hey, if any of you guys want to mention on your channel that I'm doing yarnvent too, I'd be ever so grateful. Judy's Creations in Crochet. Now, Judy is a Canadian lady who lives in Ontario, the province just over from me. And I really like Judy's episodes. She airs every Thursday, and she is doing 4 Advents. I do not recall all of them. I know she's doing Aberdeen's wool with me, same as me. And she's also doing Polka Dot Creek's 24 Days of Minis. I cannot recall the other ones, but go over and check her out. She also does craft markets like I do, so I feel like I have a lot in common with her. Even though she crochets and I knits, it's really about the yarn, my friends. Dawn at Yarn is a Sport is also doing a couple Advents. She is one of my American cousins, and she has not put up a video in a while. Shame on you, Dawn. I've already given her heck about this. I'm not sure how she's going to be doing it. She is doing also the Polka Dot Creek Advent, and I believe the Skein Cocaine one, which is the David Bowie one. Kathy over at Yarn with Heart. She is a new content creator and she lives in Ontario. She knits and she crochets. She does a lot of charity knitting. She's just a lovely, lovely, sweet lady. She is doing the there's so many. She is doing the Cambridge Fibers Limited box of goodies like myself. Now remember, mine is going to look a bit different than some other people's because I paid a little bit extra for my box. Plus I may have ordered a few more things. Well, I did. I ordered a few more things for myself. So it's hard to compare them, and you also give them wish lists of things you want. So she's going to be doing that one, and she ordered herself a few Aberdeen's mystery bags to open as a Christmas present for herself on Christmas Day, which I thought was a lot of fun for her to do as well. So please check her out. She's a brand new channel. She's such a sweet lady. Russ from It's Raining Yarn, I mentioned him earlier. He is doing 2 that I am doing Aberdeen's Wool and Cambridge Fibers Limited. I am stumbling over my words today. I apologize. Now, he is essentially the person who introduced me to these 2 companies. He did a beautiful blanket last year of Tangled Poets minis. So I am totally blaming my addiction on Russ. Thanks, Russ. Llamas and Pajamas, Jude and Jim. They are another wonderful couple, some more American cousins of mine. Now, she is doing Aberdeen's wool, and they are doing a giant giveaway for the month of December. So I highly encourage you to check them out. Their videos are amazing. Jim does amazing, amazing cinematography, I'll call it, of the videos. He is a class act when it comes to doing the techie stuff. So please go check out their channel. Nancy from Knit Sip happy. She's just won herself an advent calendar on Instagram, that lucky duck. And I don't remember who it was from. And she also made her own, which I thought was really cool. She reused little bags or boxes that she had saved, which is a great idea, and I'm going to do that, from previous years' advents she had purchased. And she just kind of made up herself a little advent, and she's going to be knitting a project with that. So please go check her out. She has one of the best laughs on YouTube, in my humble opinion. And my friend Alice, Soxy Nana Alice, is also going to be doing something for Advent. I don't know if it's going to be a daily thing, but she did an Advent exchange with someone across the pond. They made up little Advent calendars and they mailed it off to each other. So she'll be possibly showing that in some form on her channel.
Editing Diane here in her pajamas. I have two more creators that I want to mention that are doing yarnvent, well, my version of vlog advents. They're doing advents. Everybody calls it different things. Okay, so Leslie at Not Quite Enough Yarn just was gifted an advent recently, and she was very excited. It was so cute to watch her excitement. She's going to be sharing it on a weekly basis on her channel. Go and check her out if you have not yet done so. She is in the UK. I just love her. And Lynn Ann at Nina's Knots Crochet is doing, I think, just one advent, but it's one I've never heard of. It's a local small company in the United States. So also check her out. I just recently started watching Lynn Ann. She has some good taste in yarn.
So these are all great channels I encourage you to go check out, especially for the month of December. If you enjoy watching people do openings of yarn, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Today is November the 29th, and this is the anniversary of my mother's passing. We lost her in 2010. She was a woman who could do it all. She knit, she crocheted, she sewed, she had a beautiful garden, both flowers and vegetables. She canned. She was an amazing cook. I come from my crafting, honestly, through her. And every year I put up my stocking. In fact, even as an adult, I had my stocking and I would take it home to her and say, fill it up, like in my 40s, like it's ridiculous. So I wanted to share with you the hand knit stocking that she made for me. I have a few things in it already for gifts I bought myself. Dee Dee is my family nickname. My sister is 14 months older than me. So when I came home from the hospital, she couldn't say Diane, so she said Dee Dee, and unfortunately it stuck. In fact, I didn't even know my name was Diane until I went to kindergarten and my mother registered me in school, and I had a heck of a time getting used to being called Diane for a while because I was never called Diane. So this is my hand knit stocking from my mother. I just cherish this. It's actually in pretty good condition still. And when I met Hubs, I decided this is my one and only sock I've ever knit, but that's going to change. I decided I was going to knit this man a stocking because I loved him. So I have made him his own stocking. And look, I turned the gusset and everything. So this is essentially a giant sock, in my opinion. Did the fluffy. And then I hand stitched his name. And sorry, honey, I'm going to reveal it. Jeffy, as we call him at home. See, whenever we go out and do something like we consider fun, we always say, oh, it's another Dee Dee and Jeffy adventure. So these are my two hand knit stockings. And another thing I'm going to do for Advent is I bought myself this. This is a wooden house set, and each one has a little door that you can open and put little things in it. So there's 4 wooden houses. And I got this on online on chapters, or we used to call it Indigo, or we call it Indigo chapters online. And I bought this a while ago in the summer, so it was actually 50% off. And I was gifted a gift card for my retirement, so I actually bought it with this. So I think this is going to be a fun thing. I'm going to put all of the beautiful, cute little handmade ornaments that I've collected throughout the years and open it up every day and then put it on my little mini tree. I only put a little 3-foot tree out. I kind of regret it now. I should have put the big tree up for the Advent, because the size of the presents underneath are directly disproportionate to what's the height of the tree, but it's going to be fine. We also lost our father very close to Christmas, actually much closer, on December the 20th. He was only 46 years old. I was 18. He was killed in an accident. It was a very, very hard time for our family. So I can understand if people are struggling this holiday season, because we've all been through it, right? We've all been through it. I recognize it, and I see you, and I hope you're doing okay. So my market last weekend was a 2-day market. I only did 3 markets this year, and it was out of town in Toulon, Manitoba, and it was called Winterfest. Now, unbeknownst to me, it was a strong possibility that this market wasn't going to happen, because, and I'm kind of glad I didn't know about this, because I would have just been fretting and thinking, oh, this market's going to get canceled. A car drove into the side of their community hall, and they had to get a structural engineer, I cannot say that word, structural engineer, to come and make sure that the building was okay. So the market was sort of on hold for a while. They ended up having the market, and they just couldn't have the canteen open, because they usually would sell hot food during the day. So this is the first time I had done it. It was on Friday and Saturday, Friday from 2 to 8 p.m. and then Saturday 10 to 3. It was approximately 45 minutes outside of the city and outside of where I live. I didn't really know what the weather was going to be like, even though it was beautiful. It's essentially, right now in Manitoba, there's no snow. It's like brown. It's like fall time here. But I didn't know, because you have to book it months in advance. So I decided I was going to stay over at my dear friend A's house in Winnipeg Beach, which is approximately 15-20 minute drive from there, which is half the way of going home, and got to have breakfast in the morning with this handsome fellow. So I had a very short visit with her. I didn't get to her house till almost 9 p.m. She got up and made me a beautiful breakfast and sent me off on my way for day number 2. And so when I came to the market the second day, I found this tea towel that I bought for her that I'll give her next time I see her, for thanking her for having me as a guest. It is 100% handmade only market, and they had 50 vendors, and they have a beautiful, beautiful Santa Claus display for people to have photos taken with Santa. Families from all around apparently come for this. It's quite the tradition. He was a very handsome looking Santa. Now, I don't want to creep you out, but I seem to have a thing for Santas. I had to have a photo with him. I tell you, I had to. I could not help myself. Haven't received the photo yet, but once I do, I'll share it. I like to flirt with a Santa. I do. In fact, a few years ago, when we were still wearing masks at markets, there was a Santa, and I had a photo taken with him. I hope I can find it, because I'll put it right here. It takes around a week or 2 before you get the photo emailed to you. So I got the photo emailed to me, and I noticed that Santa was copping a field. Naughty. I don't know. It's kind of unhealthy. There was approximately 1,500 people that came to this market. It was only $75 for the 2 days, and I did quite well. Hi friends, I'm coming to you from my pajamas to report back on my recent craft sale. I did a 1-day market in Selkirk, Manitoba, again, around a half an hour away from where I live. Bud and Bloom Collective is a pair of makers that put on a really great market. It's handmade only, again, my favorite type of market to do. And it's only 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is fantastic because you can get on with your day. It's the prime hours to shop, let me tell you. This year it was a bit quieter than last year. I didn't make a sale until about an hour into the market, so I didn't expect to do that well. I had around 4 pickups of pre-orders, and in the end, I ended up doing better than I did last year, so it worked out really well for me. I still got a ton of product. I'm trying to get last minute into another market that's happening this upcoming Saturday. We'll see if I can get in. If I do, I'm bringing what I have. I'm not making anything extra, so I'll let you know if that happens. Other than that, I had a really great market season. Considering I only did 3, I did more in sales than I did last year. And the reality is there's far too many markets in our area. Winnipeg and the surrounding areas, the market I did at Toulon last weekend, there was over 50 markets in the city and in the surrounding areas that day, which is ridiculous. So I feel really fortunate that I've done quite well. I am knitting on something right now, but it is off camera because it is a surprise for someone. They may not get it till January though. Not necessarily a Christmas gift, but it's definitely a de-stashing of my current yarn room project. I'm going to work really hard at going through and doing some deep dives in that room and see what I can make with the yarn I already currently own. A couple other little housekeeping items. I do have a Ko-fi account. The link is below. Now this account is used for shipping of giveaways. I am planning some giveaways in January. We all know how much shipping costs, so if anyone wants to donate, it's no obligation, but just to let you know, there is a link in every episode I do below on that. I've had a few inquiries about people sending me gifts and wanting my address. I did look into a P.O. box in my area, and the town that is closest to me does not provide P.O. boxes. I would have to go into the city of Winnipeg. It's a few $100s a year. I have an Amazon wish list below as well for some yarny items for anyone who wants to be a secret Santa, and of course for Hubs, if Hubs wants to look at it. The link is below. No obligation, but that is a confidential way to send me an item without me providing my personal home address. December 1st is fast approaching. I am getting very, very excited about this. A little sneak peek of what I'm making. My goal, my wish list for Christmas is to grow my channel organically, and it has been slowly growing. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this for socialization. I've met some incredible people along the way, and I continue to meet some wonderful yarny friends. You know who you are. Please enjoy whatever craft you are working on. And I'm going to see you on December the 1st. Get your bells on. We're going to do this. Take care and bye for now.
If only for a moment we can make the darkness cease. For Christmas, I just want a little peace.